Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahawah, YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to the mighty Akim and Akwat out there who are diligently waiting to be delivered from the spinal captivity. And today, this is Brother Kawakab coming at you with another lesson. And today, I want to come show you this thing that my brother had actually showed me. He showed me this documentary. I went in, I watched it. It's very, I didn't think that this would be allowed on YouTube, but hey, whatever. I'm just gonna, if this can be on, I can talk about it. All right. But basically, the main thing is, look at this is what, this is what you see. This container over here. This is what was found in people that had the jab in it, okay, that had taken the jab. All right, apparently there were effects, there were card effects that affected people immediately, but there were also, for those that did not immediately receive the activate the result immediately, there were effects that would take place. He said 5 months. 5 months after receiving it. Okay, so they said they found this in the bodies of the deceased. Okay, they would take it out of their hearts and arteries and whatnot. Now, I highly recommend, okay, the next thing I'm about to show you, if you do not like blood, gore, if you don't like freaking if you have a sensitive stomach, this has been long enough of a warning for you to click off or skip to whatever timestamp I'm going to put in the description. All right. So now let's go in. All right. I'm going to mute it because we don't need to hear it. But this is what was found in the decease of those jabbed. All right. Look at this. This is in the veins and arteries that are pulling it out of the heart. The vein and artery connecting to the heart, this is what they're taking out. All right? Let's listen to it for a bit.
Usually they're in veins. And I'm probably not going to be able to get it all. This is the size of this one. The big one came out of the vein. The small one came out of the iliac artery itself.
And they're not done.
Wow. As the months pass by.
Look at that. That is apparently from one person. You saw, and then there was more. You all saw this, all right? All that shit about pushing this one thing. It is safe. The jab is safe. The jab is what we need in order for things to go back. Look at everything now. Look at the way things are now. Look at the results. This is the results of us following after Babylon and believing that they were right. All right. Now let me get these precepts. Isaiah chapter 30 from the top. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Most High, that take counsel not and that take cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and have not asked at my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Okay, so those that actually believed in that, the so-called I have to watch what I say, but so the spiritually, who is now spiritually Pharaoh, has has our best interests at heart. The spiritual mountain, all right, the spiritual mountain of Babylon, they are looking out for us. That though woe to them that believe that, because that's shown to be a lie. Okay, if that was the case, how could something like this? These are the type of stuff that was in them. This is what happened. They suddenly dropped. Okay, they suddenly dropped. All right, this is what happens when you follow after Egypt. All right, and another thing let me get this. It's in Exodus chapter 23 verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to wrest judgment. So you all, those that not just, primarily the Israelites, okay, those that did say, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna follow after what everyone else is doing, because what was pushed initially, what was primarily being pushed on the media was, the jab is safe, the jab is the way to go, the jab is the way to make things turn back to normal. The only reason why it was like that was because the media outlets, they were picking and choosing what they allowed to be on their thing. Like YouTube, for example, they would take down brothers' videos. They are still taking down brothers' channels and whatnot. When we were talking about that, I got my YouTube videos taken down, saying that it was misinformation and whatnot. All right, so like this, because of that, a lot of the things that the masses were able to see was only wickedness. All right, but at the same time, there were still people that were warning, not just Israelites warning you against it, but also brothers, Edomites that were telling you not to take it. Okay, so there were a bunch of people warning you against it, but the majority of people were for it. And then you follow, and if you did take the jab, you follow the multitude to do evil. All right, so that this is the result of it. Okay, you have to answer for the decision you chose to make. All right, and in addition to that, there was also the time where they were threatening to take away people's jobs and whatnot. They say, oh, if you don't do it, you're gonna get fired. All right, and this was a very real concern that we had to deal with. Okay, if we didn't follow after, we were just going to be like jobless and have no way of living. All right, making things harder for us, even if things weren't hard enough. All right, 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 7, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Okay, cast all our worries onto the Most High, because this was an issue for me and my household as well. One of the people, I guess so. Someone I know, all right, specifically, they were told, if you don't, take this, then you can't work. Okay, and they were very much so thinking about, okay, am I gonna do it? Do you think I should do it and whatnot? Like, what do you think and whatnot? And I told them, don't do it. I did think, maybe it might be for the best. Things are hard. Things are gonna be a struggle for us. But maybe you should. But then after like not even 2 seconds afterwards, the Lord put the Spirit on me to correct myself and say, you know what, hey, no, just have faith. have faith in the Lord. If they're gonna fire you, just let them fire you. Let them fire you. You know, everything's. Have faith that the Lord is gonna look out for you. And lo and behold, they did end up firing that person. But at the same time, you know, the Lord got that person another job. So, you know, how has the Lord not looked out for us? Okay, let me get that. Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 verse 10. Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Most High and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? So they believed, they trusted and believed that, okay, I'm in a bad spot. I'm gonna be in a bad spot, you know, if I don't make a decision and, you know, go along with them. And they said, okay, you know what, I won't do it, you know. And then what happened. But after a bit, the Lord, you know, he looked out for that person, and he looked out for my family as well. Like, we were in a similar but not as extreme case, and, you know, we just didn't go with it. And as time went on, you know, for us, we said, okay, you know what, we're gonna think about it. And at the very last second, the very last day, our boss just said, okay, well, you don't need to get it anymore, you're good. And then, like, for us, we were taken care of. The Lord looked out for us. We didn't have to go through, you know, such a big case. All right. So call on YAHAWAH and His for looking out for us. Okay. And I admit that I did, you know, falter a bit, but at the end of the day, I stopped myself. Or no, I didn't stop myself. The Spirit was put on me to say, like, stop being scared, stop being cowardly, have faith and trust in the Most High. So YAHAWAH and His for putting that righteous spirit in me to have faith and believe that the Lord, believing in the names of YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, and actually trusting that they are going to look out for us. All right, this is what our main thing of having faith. Okay, having faith is a very powerful thing, because having faith is going to get us through not only stuff like this, which was just a rehearsal, but when things actually escalate to when things get very bad, and they will get very bad. Okay, when the time comes of death and destruction, you know, all hell breaks loose, economic collapse and whatnot, you know, just us being a prey to our enemies, you know, we need to have faith that the Lord is going to intervene. That's what divine intervention is. The divine intervention of the Most High, actively partaking in our protection during these stressful times. All right. But with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. I also hope that those that are listening did not take the jab and not fold. But, you know, if you did, then, you know, Yahawadah, you survive, or maybe you had received a placebo and whatnot. So I don't really know, maybe. Or also another thing was the fact that it wasn't refrigerated or frozen to proper temperatures. They said that it need to be really cold, and that also was a potential key. There's a potential key component to why start dropping a lot faster than they did, because the cold, when the starting stages, they said that, you know, the cold makes it activate better or something like that, and them having it just on shelves and not keeping it cold, they believe that that's what is stopping it from being as effective. So yeah, with that, you know, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise Ba'Shem YAHAWASHI, Ba'Shem YAHAWAH, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And with that, I want to say Shalom.